Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good evening. Alright. So yeah, today we're gonna have still topic one, but if you realize from your new, this is under topic one, but additional notes. Okay, that I would like to put some element of this because this is very important. This is the things that the government is imposing on the creativity and innovation, especially to those entrepreneurs who want to do their business. Okay, so this is one of the indicator that the most important and fundamental to all. Alright, so actually this note is compiled by me, but I derived this one from, if I'm not mistaken, it's from ENT 300 Fundamental of Entrepreneurship from UITM Shah Alam. And this is from Muhammad Ali Bahari Abdul Qadir, Sir Muhammad Ali Bahari, and also Datin Associate Prof. Nordin. Okay, so I have to give some highlighted on to them because this note I'm sharing with you all, and I also teaching subject ENT 300, okay, for students in UITM Shah Alam. Alright, so we're moving on to what is creativity. Okay, as you can see from here, this is creativity. Researchers and scholars stated about the definitions of creativity. Okay, and as you can see from here, according to Lotterington 2008, creativity is the merging of ideas which has not been merged before, and new ideas are formed by developing current ones within our mind. Okay, so meaning to say, um, the products, okay, or maybe I can say like services that been done and been developed that been never exist before, and this idea is actually been is come from the mind, means ideas, and has been transformed into the kinds of what we call as a products or services, new product, new services. And according to Dove and Byers in 2005, the ability to use the imagination to develop new ideas, new things, or new solutions. For example, like those the tellers, okay, and designers of certain products, okay, they used to just sketching on their storyboard, and then they picturing it, and then they imagine it, and they will create this kind of product and design. And the third one, Metallery and Goldsmith in 1985, the generations of the ideas that result in improved efficiency or effectiveness of the system. So in basically when we're talking about creativity, is the idea in order to improve, and I believe it's not just only a solution, and maybe it's just one of a decision be made in order to have some alternative, okay, in the, either that maybe there will be a problem before, okay, so by using this idea they can solve many things the problem before, okay. And according to May 1975, the process of bringing something new into being. So bringing something new into being, meaning to say the product is not exist before, and then they have to be transformed into the product that have been developed, and they have to be exist and be function well to the rest of people, to beneficial to the society especially, right? And we're moving on to the next one. Just now we're talking about what is creativity, and in here we come up with what is innovation. Okay, what is innovation? Innovation, according to Howell and Higgins 1990, the process by which entrepreneurs convert opportunities into the marketable ideas. I told you before, students, if you still remember that, um, when we're talking about the problems, okay, don't see it as a problem. Sometimes the problem can be converted into opportunities. So do with this. So when entrepreneurs look into that, the opportunities can be converted into the something like problems become opportunity, is something like a huge market idea. Okay, for example, if let's say we have the problem before, okay, we want to wash our laundry, for example, and we have the problem because the Adobe is only open and maybe closed at certain time, and there will be the innovation by having something like 24 hours laundry services, whereby you can use your own self service, and that is from the problem. regarding of the time, okay, when the Dolby is open only for the stipulated time, restricted time, to become 24 hours. It's operating 24 hours. Okay, we need to say every day, every hour. So this is what we can say from the problem they convert into opportunities. And then according to the Drunker, okay, uh, if I'm not mistaken, what Peter Drucker said, this is a very prominent scholars in management. According to Peter Drucker, if you fail to plan, actually you are plan to fail. Okay, jika anda gagal merancang, sebenarnya anda merancang untuk gagal. And according to the Drucker 1985, the specific instrument of entrepreneurs, the main which they exploit change as the opportunity for a different business or a different services. So they use this kind of specific instrument but in order to have some change management, and this change can be converted into opportunity for a different services and also different business. I give a very simple example like what Grab have done. Okay, they come up with the idea just only using a car that is your personal car, and then it's converted into the business and can generate income. But for those who are using a car within 5 years, meaning to say the 5 years, latest 5 years, right? Okay, they can use that one as a public car, meaning to say they can bring the passengers as long as they have a driving license, like driving license, and then at the same time they're able to know talking about which way, which path, and which road you want to go. Nowadays we have some what we call as ways, and also we can using Google Map. So this is what we can say the opportunity of the different services, and from the Grab services itself, Grab apps, we can know which and where your customer want and demand your services. So this is simple thing, right? So it can generate income. Okay, and look at cars 2003. Innovation is generally understood as the successful introduction of the new thing or method, and innovation is the embodiment. They use the very technical words here. Embodiment, combination or synthesis of the knowledge in original, relevant, value, new products, processes or services. So um yeah, it's understood. Okay, when we're talking about the successful introductions of the new thing and methods, is about innovation, and this is a very complex. Okay, and we want to know that whether the product can be used, it's original, it can be valued, rebrand new brandings, and then the product processes and services. All right, so we're moving on to the creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship is combined between all these three terms. And looking at this, okay, according to Davila et al. 2006, so this is all about the scholars. Why I say so? Because this will come out for your quiz one. Okay, bear in mind your quiz one will be on this Saturday. In our replacement class on 15 August, don't forget. Inshallah, we will do our quiz one on 11:30 a.m. Okay, our replacement class will be 11:30 a.m. up to 1 o'clock. Okay, so don't forget to log in into your Neo platform and make sure you attempt the question. And the attempt is only once and only. You need to say you cannot repeat and redo the quiz. Okay, all right, and then what Davila et al. Said, often in common parlance, the words creativity and innovation are used interchangeably. So they shouldn't be, because while creativity implies coming out with the ideas, it's bringing ideas to life. So that makes the innovation the distinct undertaking it is. So the ideas itself, it makes something like innovation become alive, right? And interchangeably, meaning to say it keep on um related after all, linkage each other. And Lotherington 2003, creativity enables people to connect unconnected things, and from that meetings, new ideas spring forth, whether they are new ideas for doing things or new ideas for using things. So we're talking about how we connected with those people. If you see from here, they say enable people to connect unconnected things, and from the meetings, the new ideas spring forth. So yeah, usually I also can connect it with you all right now, right? Okay, by using this and Zoom, okay, and then the ideas keep changing. Okay, you give me ideas and I will giving you ideas, so we are changing on that. Okay, keep exchanging the idea. And Amabil, not Annabelle, huh? Amabil et al. 1996, all innovation begin with the creative idea. Okay, we define innovation as the successful implementation of the creative idea within an organization. So meaning to say, the innovation is start from the internal environment. Okay, and in this view, creativity by individuals and teams is a starting point for innovation, and the first is necessary but not sufficient condition for the second. So, I believe, okay, creativity is not just only focusing on individual ideas, but it's about combination. And when we're talking about the teams, we are talking about brainstorming. How does one team members and each members in the team keep on sharing their ideas, and then they have some of progress, okay, which maybe might be sufficient and not sufficient for each of the team members. All right, now we're moving to the next one. Okay, creativity is the process of generating unique and useful ideas. Okay, and innovation will take place when there is a creative idea generation. And innovation is about taking the creative unique ideas, new ideas, and turning it into something of value. Okay, I told you just now, it's about just a simple thing like grab services. It's a unique idea, because people start thinking about how we can use what mine and then become public, and now I can generate income, and I can use like not for full time, maybe I can just only take it as a part-time job. Okay, in other way around, maybe I can see on how those people using food truck services. Okay, because mostly what we think was, when we do food services, they must be rigid, they must be have a brick and mortar restaurant. Okay, but nowadays it's not like that. Okay, you can actually chasing your customer, maybe like doing online food services. Okay, or maybe you can have like food truck services mobile, meaning to say you are having push marketing there, or maybe you can have pull marketing. You can just park there and then open up your something like table and chairs, and you can start doing your business and people will come. That is pull marketing. And push marketing, you can go to any location. Maybe there will be specialized certain of food truck services, and there is a lot of the other business also doing food services. And yeah, that one is push marketing. So what I'm trying to say in here, okay, innovation requires discipline, okay, and the action to evaluate the ideas and also test them, modify them, and then apply them. Of course, we have to try many times, because in Islam, all sudden, in Islam, we have to bear with the concept of never give up. Okay, we keep consistent, we keep on muhasabah, we keep on having like trust with our God, with Allah. Okay, and if we are the one who have a very passionate to do something, maybe first time trial will be fail, second trial will be fail too, third trial will be fail too, but try fourth, fifth, sixth time, you will not regret it. Because why? We're talking about consistency, discipline, and action that turn an idea into something of value. Trust me on that. Alright, and then we do have also another part, okay, still under the concept of creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Creative entrepreneurs observe people problems. Okay, I told you before, problem converting into opportunities, and see the opportunities. So these entrepreneurs they innovate by applying the creative solution to people problems to better enhance people quality of life. I give very simple example. I do see someone of the there is actually they are not entrepreneurs, but what they do is they do something like, we call as um, in entrepreneurship we call as philanthropy. Okay, philanthropy is something like they do like some concept. Okay, there is actually old bus lama, and they transform this bus to become something like um, what we call um, rest house. It's for transit. Okay, and yeah, they do some like business also, because it's more cheaper compared to you go to hotel or motel. Maybe you want to go for a visit your children at university, and you can actually use that one. and if I'm not mistaken, it's from UKM students, University Kebangsaan Malaysia students. Very good. They have old bus lama buruk tu dijadikan, they might be do some interior design inside there. They have a room, they have toilet, they have something like table to have dine in, and then it's very complete. Okay, like you are renting some motel and hotel, and it's very exclusive. When I see that how they can imagine this bus, this is a problem because they might say that this old bus have to be become fresh, jadi sampah je. Tapi what they do is converting this problem from this fresh become opportunity of the business, and they have many parents, okay, use this kind of services. Imagine if you have maybe one, two, three, four, maybe like at least 5 buses, okay. Actually, they have this kind of transit or rental services. Only like just a small room, but it's enough, it's sufficient because it's just for transit, you know. Okay, so it's quite a good idea. I very impressive because it's come from the idea from the students. Okay, it's not from the staff and employees itself, but it's from the students. How they can imagine this old bus become something like hipster motel or hotel transit. And yeah, that one is example. Maybe you can Google and do some searching on this, and then you realize in here entrepreneurship is the commercialization of creativity. You commercialize your creativity, and entrepreneurship occurs when an individual or organization, okay, number one, see the potential in an idea that can be developed for the marketplace or user groups. Okay, so in here, it can be encouraging, okay, encourage on the spirits of entrepreneurship because you can see that different people with a different idea that use, okay, have some of the idea and in order to do some business. Okay, I give very simple example. Okay, let's say you are doing business like fruit cuttings, fruit cuts, okay, buah potong. Maybe you sell for one plastic, okay, small plastic to fruit cuts only RM1. And let's say you maybe want to come up with like some promotion rather than become fruit cuts. Maybe you can maybe cut the food becomes like ice cream, okay? And you just hold with the stick and then it becomes like ice cream, you know. So this fruit cut can actually been transformed into the another way around product development. And from fruit cuts, people have imagination only just fruit cuts, okay? And you can twist it into like fruits ice cream, for example, like fruit stick or whatever it is, and maybe RM1, maybe you can do like you buy, maybe let's say one stick is RM2, you buy two, you get RM3, and you buy three is for RM5. So that is the idea, okay, the idea, and you can bring it along with like using your bag, okay, maybe cool bag, and then you can sell to everyone. Simple idea, but you can see that there is some of the business idea to the marketplace or the group. Okay, I think that one example I watched some YouTube movies from Thailand. So this small kid having like that idea on how to do the business. Alright, and then the second one is prepared to take necessary risks to steer things up and get things out of their need or comfortable spaces. So bear in mind when you do business, when you as entrepreneurs, we have to bear with the risk. High risk, high return, low risk, low return, moderate risk, moderate return. And of course, we have to go up from your comfort spaces, from your comfort zone, and you have to make sure that the things get out in the need. Yeah. And okay, I'm done. Okay. So yeah, technology, right? Sometimes it will be happening. Okay, um, where am I? Okay, so the third one has the skill or access to them, confidence, determination, and the funds or access to them to carry out the innovation and that is required to turn the idea into reality. So maybe before this is only on the sketch, on the storyboard. It's just design. And how you make to make it the reality, you have to prove it. You have to make and create it as the real products, the real services, the real design. Okay, and this is how we have to certain fund. Okay, that's why funds in here meaning to say you have to access to them, and then carry out the innovation, meaning to say you have to be struggle, you have to be commit to that. Okay, and make the your dream become true. Okay, of course people will say entrepreneurship is like entrepreneurs like Mak Jenin, angang-angang Mak Jenin. Yeah, it start from dream first, and then you can convert the dream become true, right? And then we're moving on to the next one. Yes, the creative process. Okay, creative process according to the Edward D. Bono. Oh, this is the name of the researcher again. 1992, creativity is the process that can be developed and also improved. Okay, and everyone possesses a certain degree of creativity. Some of us are more creative and some are a little less. But every single human, they have their own creativity. Okay, they have the way on how they want to make themselves different from others, rare. And creative process involves looking with a different perspective on unique relationship of the surroundings. So sometimes people being forced to become creative because what might be happen, maybe limited facilities, maybe limited of maybe insufficient resources, okay, raw materials. Sometimes they have to force how to become more creative, how to use it at the same time with whatever they have in hand. Example, that's why you see mostly people when they are lost in the jungle, those in the in island example, right? They used to survive. They used to survive, to be a someone that survives. So survival also is a part of the creative process. Okay, and we do have the phases of the creative process. Okay, for your information, student. Okay, yeah, we have four phases. I want you to remember on this because this is will become out your for final exam and also for your quiz. Okay, number one, we have phase one, background or knowledge accumulation. Okay, what is this? Involves seeking and gathering of information through observation, reading, conversation with others, and attending seminars, meeting, and workshop. So this is how we digging a certain of knowledge accumulation. And the second phase is about the incubation process. Actually, it's just um, this is recap back actually. If you still remember, this last somehow like in your previous topic. Okay, not topic, it's still topic one, but in our previous subtopic. The incubation process, entrepreneurs deliberately allows creativity to spur by breaking away from the problem and let the subconscious mind work on it. And and we moving to the phase three. Okay, the idea experience discovery of the idea or solution to the problems, eureka factor. So this is a term. Eureka factor meaning to say how we discover a certain solution towards problem. Do not see the problem as the problems. You have to come out with a solution. Under phase 4, evaluation and also implementation. Evaluation and implementation of workable ideas require high level of persistency and patience, and entrepreneurs do not easily give up when they face obstacles. Okay, so in here I think that maybe we can come up with the another term, assertiveness. So if let's say assertiveness, if you still remember under the McClellan 13 characteristic of the successful entrepreneur, um, assertiveness teach us on how never be give up. Okay, and if let's say maybe plan A is fail, we go with plan B, we go with the plan C, but we keep on trying. Okay, never give up because the process never give up is actually teach us about sabaru binal iman. Kita kena banyak bersabar sebab sabar tu separuh daripada iman. Okay, and the thing is, when we face this obstacle and we never give up, we train ourselves to become very optimist towards something. And every single of the challenges that we face, actually it teaches us on how to become more mature, menjadikan kita jadi seorang yang dewasa. Dewasa dalam bentuk kita berfikir, how the way of we are thinking on something, on how we want to find the solution and resolution of certain of problem occur. Okay, and then we're moving on to the the components of the creativity. Okay, so this is very important too. Okay, number one, we have to be very creative thinking skills. Okay, the use of creative intelligence to approach problem and find solution. So we do have to be very creative in thinking skills. And the second one, we have to be very knowledgeable. Okay, we have the four style of the creative intelligence. We have intuitive, we have innovative, we have imaginative, and we have to be inspirational. So wow, this four style really like, is something that attract me, okay, to be like, we must be one of these four style, right? Especially if we become one of the inspirational, okay, inspired by on the way on how to become four style creative intelligent. And on motivation, we have the extrinsic and intrinsic. I think that one this you have learned in subject organization behavior. Yeah, it's talking about how do the employees, okay, how do as a person, okay, I'm so sorry, excuse me, will have to be like motivated with external factor, and how you do motivated by internal factor. Okay, you want me to elaborate more on intrinsic and also extrinsic? Extrinsic, for example, you motivate by the kind of the external environment, how your workplace, okay, how your colleagues, how your partners, okay, working partners, okay. So extrinsic will be actually indirectly motivate you, your salary, facilities, rewards, recognition, okay, that is extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic is about internal, okay, how do you like about your work, you're passionate towards it, you feel never bored, you keep motivated to do something because you like it so much, okay, because your internal, your internal soft-hearted. Can I say that your internal heart willing to say that you are motivated due to that? Okay, you are motivated enough because you're still young. You want to think better and better, to think out the box. Okay, to improve something. Okay, to make the works become more smooth. So that is intrinsic. Okay, so this is very popular also in question. We have common creativity techniques. We have actually six in here, but been stated under with who is their scholars. Okay, they have five. Okay, under brainstorming, okay, what is brainstorming? On the way on how you think on something and you have storming each other, not storming, you have some argument, you have some idea, okay, you want to make sure that the idea can be have some innovation and also enhancement. Okay, we have by Alex F. S. Bond, okay, Alliance Camper, we have Michael Milchago, and then lateral thinking we have Edward De Bono. Mind mapping, okay, mind map is something like mind map, okay. Tony Buzan, and problem reversal is about Charles Thompson and attribute listing. So this is the common creativity technique. Okay, so each of these they have explanation. Okay, so what is brainstorming? Okay, according to Alex F. Osborne, um, brainstorming is something like organize the group of ideally 4 to 8 students per group, and what they do was they choose the topic which is the problem ordered and write it on the whiteboard. And mostly the lecturer make sure that everyone understand the problem that arises. Okay, and what to do, they have to remember the rules. Okay, the rules was number one, do not criticize. Okay, everyone has the rights in order to give their idea, and do not limit the number of ideas, because the aim of this brainstorming was to make a large number of ideas, so you can think more than one ideas. Okay, and then do not filter or censor any idea. Okay, because this is how the brainstorming can get into the right way. Okay, and the fourth one, listen to other ideas and use it to generate other ideas, and do not discuss or question at is could stop the flows of ideas. So do not discuss. Okay, let's the people in this group, okay, to give some their own idea and let it spread around. Okay, and the lecturer can conduct the session in the unstructured way, okay, or structured, okay, by going around the group of our ideas, and the lecturers must be around to enforce the rules and write down all the ideas, and the lecturer should clarify and conclude the session, and the lecturer should get consensus of the best idea, produce the session at least two. Okay, so the last final decision, of course, the lecturer will choose and pick the most might be the best one, the best idea, and the best solution. Okay, alright. So that is brainstorming, and for the scamper is according to Michael Milchako. So scamper is derived from S is for execute, C is combine, A adapt, M magnify, M modify, P put, and E eliminate, R rearrange, and R reserve. Reverse. Okay, so this is all the, maybe you can read your own, student. And then for the lateral thinking, Edward D. Bono, lateral thinking is seeking to solve problem by unorthodox or apparently illogical methods. So they are moving sideways when working on the problem to try different perceptions, different concepts, and different points of entry, and get us out of the usual lines of thought. So meaning to say, they're working out of the box. That is lateral thinking. They have two approaches. Okay, number one, they have specific, a set of systematic techniques used for the changing concept and perceptions and generating new ones, and general, the second one, exploring multiple possibilities and approaches instead of pursuing a single approach. Okay, so it's quite good strategy here. Okay, and then mind mapping. This one may be familiar to you all. So who developed this mind mapping? Actually, Tony Buzan. Okay, Tony Buzan, also known this one as spider diagram, not mini spider, okay, not Spider-Man, which represent the ideas, notes, information, etc. in a far-reaching tree diagrams. So for those who are familiar with the mind map, this is how what is mind map. So mind map might be you put down a large sheet of paper and write down a short heading, so the keywords for the subject in the center of the page. This is starter on how you want to do mind map, and then for each major subtopic, start a new major branch from the central subject theme. Okay, each subtopic creates a subordinate branch to the appropriate main branch and carry out in the way for ever final sub branches. And it may be appropriate to put an item in more than one place, for example cross-link. Okay, do you line several items or show relationship between items on different branches? Okay, and this can be done through color coding type of writing. So I used to like students when they started, I give the exercise on mind map, right? So they are very creative. They do some what we call paper cutting, and then they paste there, they put picture, they do some color. So who said DBA student, who said um, the IB student, okay, or who said DMM student, it can't be creative? They can be creative, but we have to force it. We have to actually bring it away. So when we motivate you to do something, you can do it. Later I can show you. I have many example students doing very creative. They are my map. Alright, and then problem reversal, we have Charles Thompson. Okay, in terms of the method, they create a negative statement. Okay, and then example here, in dealing with the customer service issue, ask students to generate a list all the ways to make customer service bad. Okay, so meaning to say in here, we getting the negative statement. And then doing what everybody else doesn't, for example food delivery using mangkuk tingkat, or selling woman accessories using vending machine. So this is something like irrational, right? Okay, but this is what they do. But right now food delivery is using mangkuk tingkat. We have many like D1, Chef One, and I realize certain like daging in Instagram, uh, not daging dendeng, they call as daging salai masak lemak. That one also they do with mangkuk tingkat, food delivery services, and the mangkuk tingkat is quite they call it tiffin, right? It's quite impressive. And make a list of pairs of opposing action which can be applied to the problem. Make sure ask themselves, what if I, and plug in each one of the opposite. Small sample, for example, strange it, shrink it, freeze it, melt it, personalize it, depersonalize it. So you have to pair with the opposing action. That one is negative, one is positive. Okay, and change the direction or location of your perspective. Flip flop the result. For example, if you want to increase sales, think about decreasing them. What would you have to do? So yeah, it's very like why people should decreasing the sales, right? But this is what in this kind of technique of thinking, and then turn defeat into victory or victory into defeat. For example, if something turns out bad, think about the positive aspect of the situation. If I lost all the files of this computer, what good would come of it? Maybe I would spend more time with my family. Who knows? So this is talking about what does happen is must be wisdom. Setiap yang berlaku mesti ada hikmahnya. So in Islam, this is what the concept that we want to derive on it, right? Kita muhasabah diri. Setiap yang berlaku ada hikmah dia. So this is problem reversal, putting into some problem into positive. Okay, positivist. And then we go with the attribute listing. Okay, we have B, C, D, E, F. Are you sure? A, B, C, D, E supposedly, right? Number one, identify the product or process you are dissatisfied with or wish to improve. And then the second one, list its attributes. Okay, for simple physical object like a pen, or maybe you can use like material, shape, target market, color, and texture. And then the third one, choose say like 7 and 8 of this attribute that seem particularly interesting or important. And then number four, identify the alternative way to achieve each attribute. For example, different shapes, cylindrical, cubic, multifaceted. Oh, this is very technical word, right? Either by conventional inquiry or via any idea generating technique. And the last one, combine one or more of these alternative, okay, uh, of achieving the required attributes, and see if you can come up with a new approach to the product or process when you are working on. Okay, so this is some parts of the blocks to creativity. Okay, blockage to creativity needs to be recognized and eliminated so that it will be smooth the way to creativity. So what is the blocks to creativity? Apakah kita kata uh, blocks lah, something like benda yang menghalang, something like the factors that make the creativity to become something like blocking your mind and then discourage you to uh, think creative. Okay, number one, okay, perceptual. Okay, perceptual, too much perception. Okay, the second one, why do sudden this bullet, sorry, C, D, E, F, G, oh sudden, supposedly A, B, C, D, E, right? Okay, the A one should be perceptual, B is emotional, too much emotional, too much emotion also might be worsening the situation. The third one is the cultural itself, the cultural issue, and the fourth one is environmental, and the fifth one is the intellectual or conceptual. Okay, so what is perceptual blocks? Okay, so we see one by one. Okay, perceptual blocks is prevent problem recognition. You have your own thinking on the way you think might be different from others, but you just only believe yours. Okay, so this is you prevent the problem recognition and you limiting the problem. And the problem with perceptual block is your inability to see the problem from different perspective. You're too much rigid. And I can say that maybe you just like a frog under the lid. Macam kata burung. Kita berfikir ni tak luar kotak. Okay? And there will be stereotyping and missing the connection or association. And see, not thinking outside of the box. So you are inside the box. You are more on literal thinking. Okay, so in other way around, this is not good because you you actually limit yourself to think creative and innovative. Alright, so we're moving to the next one. Okay, is emotional blocks. Okay, what is emotional blocks? It's about emotions. Woman is the warehouse of emotion. For your information, perempuan adalah gudang segala emosi. Kalau you agree with me, okay. So fear of the failure can paralyze us if we think that we are doing wouldn't be good enough, and we lead to the procrastination and project abandonment. Okay, ini akan berlaku if let's say we don't want to face the failure. You have too much of your ambiguous and doubtful about your failures. Too much thinking on that. You don't even try yet, but you already say I will fail to do this work. So you can't even try. So you demotivate yourself before you try. So this is not good because it's about emotion. And the most blockage are attitudinal or psychological. This is what psychology. And inability to incubate can lead to other fears such as fear of problem. Okay, you takut dengan masalah you. Fear of the work, you takut dengan you punya kerja. Fear of fun, you takut juga untuk seronok. Okay, naik roller coaster, saya takut lah, something like that. You fear of fun, whereas roller coaster can make you have fun. But you fear of height, for example, fear of exploring. You know how to use the computer but you don't want to try it, right? You fear or explore. And fear of abandonment. Fear of abandonment meaning to say you sangat takut dengan apabila you ditinggalkan. Okay, that is everybody might feel that. Okay, maybe in a life when we're talking about fear of abandonment, we're talking about death, kematian. Okay, yang boleh menyebabkan apabila kita ditinggal, okay, kita akan jadi lonely, alone, and then we feel it. Okay, so this is talking about emotional. Everyone will might be face this kind of thing, right? Okay, so we're moving to the next one, emotional blocks. So this is the explanation on this. Okay, emotional blocks, fear of problem. We are inclined to worry. Okay, when we view our situation as a problem to be solved. Kita lihat masalah tu masalah besar sangat masalah kita. Padahal if we compare our problem with others, our other people problems might be bad, must be larger, must be huge than us. Alright, and the second one, fear of work, lazy to merge or seek new idea. Okay, so we're talking about fear of work. Indeed, you don't want to find out the way how you want to maybe have your work be shortcut, how to make your work become easier. So you are you are busy, very and lazy. Okay, very lazy to have seek new ideas, and the fear of fun in terms of they believe that fun is childish. So this is an waste of time, and yet some of the best ideas come from we are relaxing or fooling around. So you don't want something like more on childish idea. Okay, and then fear of the exploring. We are talking about uncertainties of the unknown, and you are very rigid. People feel uncomfortable to be adventurous, so you don't want to risk yourself and discover because they have to leave the safety of the unknown world. So you don't want to be outside from your comfort zone. So this is fear of exploring. And then fear of abandonment comes from the need to conform. So conformity brings new acceptance while deviating from normal path, okay, or escape show our independence and make us stand out. Okay, so if before this you are too rely on your parents, too rely on friends, okay, when once upon a time, one day maybe you try to challenge yourself to be independent. You try to actually challenge yourself to become stand up when you're able to escape those things. Okay, so there is a good things on that. In other way around, the wisdom, huh? Okay, and then the another emotional blocks was judging rather than generating ideas like, oh, that won't work. We have tried that before, it didn't work out well. So this statement actually demotivate you. So if you see like your friend is shouting like this word, you shouting them back, okay? You shout at them back, don't disturb me. Okay, for example, right? When you start to try something, you say, oh, that wouldn't work, please shut up, or something like that, right? Or when we have tried that before, that is before, but right now it's different. So you have to prove to them that you can actually do it better than them and dislike new challenge. Okay, so yeah, of course, some people, why they have this emotional block, because they don't like to try new challenges. Okay, they don't like to challenge themselves. All right, and the third one we have cultural blocks. Tradition is to be maintained. This is why frog under the lid. Like frog under the lid. Macam katak bawah tempurung. Okay. They just maintaining the tradition. Yes, of course, tradition have to be maintained, but at the same time, we have to up to date. And then playfulness is only for children. Okay. They're already very pessimistic. Can I say that? They are not optimists. Okay. They already make some like playfulness is only for children. We already grow up, we have to be mature and no more to play. So fantasy or dream are for the crazy people. This is mistaken because we're talking about angan mak jenin, right? So they said that it's fantasy, this is a dream. But it start from the dream come true, it start from the dream. Because something that you dream sometimes somehow, okay, you have to make it true by having that full commitment towards that. And the last one, we have to be like in the very comfortable zone. Okay, so all right, Yeah, I have to check. There's a lot of text message here. Okay, and what's that? The comfortable zone. When you are too comfort in one zone, you don't want to actually open up to the another zone. That's problem. Okay, that is totally problem. All right, so we're moving on to the environmental blocks. Okay, so what is environmental blocks? Environmental blockage, they are those imposed upon us by external factors, and this include the working atmosphere, amount of stress on individual, okay, organization culture, supervisory practices, and even the physical surrounding of our workplace. Okay, so we're talking about your environment, my working environment in IIC, for example. Okay, maybe the working atmosphere, whether we got a very good air ventilation, and maybe the aircon will be currently and frequently um, being services. Okay, and then in terms of the organizational culture, how the working culture, and under SBLS we have Madam Akmal as the dean. Okay, and how my supervisory practices, my deputy dean was Madam Aida. Okay, and even the physical surrounding, my colleagues. Okay, my work my colleagues, my office mates. Okay, and of our workspace. Okay, whether I'm comfortable with my tables here. So we are talking about the environmental itself, whether we are very comfort. If I'm not comfort, okay, if I'm not comfort, I wouldn't staying to the IIC until 9 years. This is my 9 years in here, right? I have many of my Sunday in here, almost 10 years, Madam Akmal 15 years in here, right? So to say that the environment is very comfort to them, right? And the blockage can also arise from the physical and mental exhaustion. Okay, exhausted. Okay, exhaustion is something like you are very tired on that. Sometimes routinized work also make us tired. Lalu rutin kerja pun kadang-kadang buat kita penat. Kita buat benda yang sama, it's not challenge ourselves, okay? But to bear in mind, blockage can also is arise from physical and also mental, okay? Alright. Student, I have to log out, yeah. And okay. Alright, so we're moving on to, where are we? Yeah, mashallah, mashallah, mashallah. Where is me? Where is me? Where is me? MashaAllah. Sorry. Where is me? Sorry, sorry. Yeah, okay. Maybe you wonder, MashaAllah, what is this madam? Okay, so we go to the next one. Still also under environmental blocks, okay? Lack of the cooperation and trust among the cliques. I believe that you all learn in subject PPOM, BUS 1234, it's about Esprit de Corps. Okay, when we're talking about Esprit de Corps, we're talking about teamwork. Okay, and basically when we have lack of cooperation, we have lack of trust, the Esprit de Corps cannot be done. Okay, because we don't have trustworthy among our colleagues and also our teammates. And the second one, the boastful practice autocratic management. Too much autocratic authoritarian in management also will be problem because you are too rigid. You are more that people want. You want that your subordinate to follow your order, your direction, your command, compared to you listen to them. And mostly in autocratic management, you don't feel that people's other shoes. Can I say that you would not have in the conditions that what your employees should have? So this will be problem because in a certain line industry somehow like army, maybe mostly like uniform line services, okay, they do have this autocratic. They must have because they have rank, they have like brigadier general, they have captain, they have major, they have uh, general, okay, they have to certain rank. Rank ni pangkat, okay, that's why they have autocratic. And too many distraction also problem because we have to listen too much of the instruction from many of the leader. So which one? We have too distracted. And the last one, we have the lack of financial and top management support to bring the ideas to implementation. So when we have lack of this financial part, of course there will be problem again. And then in all sudden, okay, we do have lack of, so in terms of the top management support, okay, because we have to implement the new one. And even if we have the idea, okay, and they don't support us with the financial, and even we have the idea, they don't want to support us, okay, because this is the thing, okay, in the environmental blocks. And we do have also intellectual or conceptual blocks, failure to understand and acknowledge problems that need to be solved. Okay, this is also problem. You want to find the problem, seek from the root. Datang daripada akarnya, kena cari apakah punca, what is the causes. Okay, and the second one, I do not know, don't ask me. So this is mentality that people have in the intellectual block. Don't ask me, I do not know. So you are avoiding, and not just avoiding, you reluctant to give your cooperation. Okay, maybe people asking you about something, maybe they are new staff. Okay, but when they ask you the same, I don't know, don't ask me to ask other people. Why other people can give some commitment to him or her, but you won't. Okay, and try asking someone else. See, this is something like compare, complementary statement. And many creative solutions are hidden by the mistaken assumption. Orang suka buat salah tafsir, salah anggap. Salah, dia punya peranggapan dia salah, anggapan salah. So therefore, people need to be more open-minded and very receptive. Be open, okay? But be open at the same time, maintaining your pride, right? Okay, and then we have types of the innovation. Okay, types of innovation, we have three types in here. Technological innovation, operational innovation, and also we have organizational or innovation. Alright, so what is technological innovation? Okay, these are breakthrough inventions that have a wide-reaching impact and influence which the benefit society and the business. Okay, of course, they're talking about technology innovation. We have Zoom, we have Google Meet, Microsoft Team. That is talking about communication innovation, right? Technology, communication in technology. Okay, major breakthrough can be radical and disruptive for people, society, businesses, and countries of the whole world. For example, like internet, and they can change the way people live their life, and the way company do business, and the way the country govern and behave. So yeah, right now during this pandemic, we encourage people to communicate using the internet, using the technology. Of course, from we do not know become know, right? So from do does not before doesn't, don'ts become do's. Okay, so this is the thing. We have to forcefully learn because due to the pandemic. Okay, that's one of the technological one. And if we can say innovation, communication, technology, communication, innovation. All right. So example of the major technological breakthrough was like the wheel, okay, okay, the wheel, the printing press, yeah. We just go to cyber cafe, we go with the printing press and we can print everything that we want. Steam power, okay, they have kuasa untuk steam, okay, steam lah mengukus. Electricity, yeah, wireless technology, the computer, the internet, high performance materials like plastic, fiber boards, okay, fiber optic is right now is very popular using our connected on Wi-Fi for your information, and nuclear power and so on. Okay, for those the country who have the nuclear power is actually accommodate a very powerful country. Example, we have North Korea, we have Germany, okay, America, okay, and smaller technological invention have less impact but still have significant benefit to certain users. Example of the small technological invention are the paper cup, okay, maybe before the people maybe like using plastic cup, okay, they convert it into paper cup because paper cup can be recycled. The ballpoint pen, ballpoint, ball ballpoint lah, pen and then the electronic toothbrush, okay, kita ada, no need to just brushing our teeth, you just pick the power and then they brush it for you, but you have to hold it, right? And then the electronic razor, for those guys you want to do some your shaving, okay, you just start the button and then shave, right? Hair dryers, yeah, you want to keep your hair dry when you're in the morning, you're washing your hair. And then the garden hose, you can use the garden hose to, maybe you want to watering your flowers and trees. Electric toys, You just pin the button and all of a sudden the train, electric train, okay, toys is moving. Remote control toys, not only just remote control toys, remote control astro from one hand to hand, right? And then computer games, okay, we have computer games right now. We have the 3D versions, okay. You can just playing like you are playing the real one, and electric pencil sharpener, and so on, okay. And yeah, electric pencil sharpener is like yeah, I never been used before, but I do have the manual one. Okay, and then operational innovation is very smaller and more on process oriented innovation. They tends to be incremental in nature and doesn't necessarily change product or services or how they are used, and most of it goes unnoticed by the public, but often is the means to improve products and lower operating costs. Okay, maybe I can give some example in here. Example, you want to pay for you want to use like paying your car park, okay, parking, okay. So what you do, I think that mostly mall right now, what they have was something like a machine, and you can do self-service paying that without using the manual labor, and you just inserted your card, parking space, sorry, parking card, okay. And then if you are a member, you can insert your member card, and then you get some rebate, or maybe you get some free for no need to pay for your parking, okay. But yeah, they say the public mostly necessarily change product or services how they can use. Most of it goes unnoticed, but that is the good way. And somehow I realize also right now, due to the pandemic, okay, because rather than to have the manual labor or something that use security guards in order to what we call check on our temperature, and then we do have some like system, okay, very good, very nice. They have some one machine, okay, I think like electronic machine. You just make sure you adjust your face in front of that, and then they will start to check on your temperature, and make sure your face is easily like be scanned in that machine, and then they can know your temperature's level, okay. So wow, I might say that that is much more better, okay. And then the another operation innovation maybe like, because I just applied what is an I do was, we do have like, instead of to be thumbprint, okay, we do have like a system, okay, on it's not system, it's like form, online form, okay. You just put into the time that you have to be clocked in, okay, log into work, and then ready to have thumbprint, because thumbprint we need something like what we call, you have to have sense of touch there. Whereas for the pandemic COVID, this is the thing that we have to avoid, right? Social distance, okay, example. So no touch, no thumbprint, but they do have this online form. So it actually lowering the operating cost rather than to have that thumbprint machine. So we do have this online machine form, and then we just inserted all the details, and then we already clock in. Okay, that is one of the operational innovation. And then this type of innovation happen by the very act of the people doing their work. What if we try to it in it this way instead? We try it, right? Have much smaller impact per invention compared with breakthrough technological innovation, but cumulatively their effect can be enormous. Their effect builds and grows over time. Maybe I can share with you all. Okay, in IIC also we do have some like, let's say you open up like your we do right now, right? In you just install what we call apps for QR code, free QR code scanner, and then you just open up like this one here. Okay, this, sorry, all of a sudden open calendar. uh, QR, yeah, you see QR scanner here, right? Okay, you just open up, okay, and like me here, okay, okay, you can see like this, because it to your slide here. So if we see like the what we call QR code, we just scan it, and then the QR code we retrieve. what you want to have. Okay, so that is one of the operational innovation. Okay, very good. Okay, I think you know it better than me, right? Okay, and then like our My Sejahtera, QR code everywhere we go, like that. Okay, all right, and then operational innovation also includes a new system or refinement for those Indonesian students. I'm so sorry. My Sejahtera apps is for the Malaysian society, Malaysian citizen, when they want to go to every singles of like the place, mall, and all the places, they have to make sure install this one inside their phone. I do not know whether I'm done it. I already removed it. Okay, actually, as a good citizen, you have to put it inside your phone. And then nowadays we have something like they call as some e-penjana. E-penjana is something like giving some 50 ringgits, okay, to the society, and by that encourage people to upload these My Sejahtera apps, and then they can detect, okay, whereby maybe certain your location, maybe it's high risk, low risk, according to the pandemic of COVID-19. I believe that in Indonesia also doing the same thing, okay, and yeah, what else? New system or refinements to the existing ones. So, for example, internal system and method for many aspects of work, such as staff administration, purchasing, distribution, and also sale. Okay, maybe they use some internal system. Yeah, maybe I can say like using can I just little bit using term RFID? Okay, they use like radio frequency indicator detections. Okay, this system you can detect, for example, like staff admin, okay, maybe in terms of the sales. Okay, yeah, sorry, staff admin, maybe you can note it in terms of their info. They have system. Okay, purchasing, sales system, distribution, and this is about stock system. Okay, and small improvement in operation or processes, for example, changes to make equipment run more effectively. This is what JIT come into place just in time. Okay, for those taking my international business subject, JIT is Kanban system, supermarket method. They use also like a system. There's about operation and how they are processed. And the third one, minor improvement or development that will enhance is to the technological product. So I believe that like what the scanner does now, okay, scan to your temperature, right? Rather than to have your mobile or portable temperature, okay, machine, it's better to have like one machinery in that you just stand up there, and then you have that to check on your temperature on that. Okay, so this is some of minor improvement, and I see in the school mostly what they did was uh they have some like your staff card, or maybe like your school card, right? We call as student card. Okay, you just swipe there, and then they can detect, okay, who you are, okay, from that. So that is categorized as absent sorry, attendance record. Okay, so it's very good also. And innovative new business practices, for example, new ways of thinking, for thinking strategically. So in hook by crook, actually, let's say this machine, okay, maybe we put into for the clients, let's say, okay, indirectly the system can have two in one. We can keep and save the database of our customer. At the same time, we can detect in terms of their health condition. Okay, it can help us more. Okay, and at the same time, we can do some maybe marketing to them too at the same time. All right. So organizational innovation. Okay, organizational innovation is where a company or organization itself is very innovative. So in an innovative company or organization, everyone knows his or her specific role in innovation, and it can be purposely built through putting organization and culture as the operational style or mode to get things done. So innovative companies does not just produce innovative goods and services, but they use innovative method in everything they do. Actually, I already combined with the one that I told you before, but it's okay, we just repeat again. For example, like the form before, okay, rather than use thumbprint, we transform it into like electronic form. Okay, just log in inside that one using QR code, and then we do have like a system in order to check on the temperature, but that one is not being done in IC but in other way around. Okay, they check using mechanism on like your face, they scan, and then they can check your temperature. Okay, and then even though like submission everything document right now, we are using like, maybe I can share like using drive rather than we just sending hard copy. Okay, for example, like we want to send for our leave. Sorry, sometime there will be problem. Hello, okay, I think it's much better now. Hello, okay, and okay, and then yeah, I think that one more. Okay, and maybe how to instill. Okay, this is the last part, I think. Okay, how to instill organizational innovation. Macam mana kita nak memastikan supaya dalam satu organisasi tu boleh kita mengimarahkan. Macam mana kita nak supaya innovation tu tetap berlaku dalam organisasi. For my innovation student, okay, bagaimana kok satunya organisasi itu, okay, satu kita kata sebagai ya, satu organisasi, ya. Bagaimana kita mau mengekalkan supaya berlakunya inovasi tentang teknologi, dan sebagainya. Okay, I try to follow your dialect, Dewa and friends, but it depends on how I can follow it. Okay, alright. So the first one, developing and instituting and innovating work culture among the people within the company or organization. Okay, maksudnya di sini adalah supaya bagaimana kita nak membangunkan supaya innovative work tu can be done, and innovation is a part of the culture. Okay, jadi budaya inovasi ini menjadi salah satu budaya dalam kerja kita lah, kita terapkan. Okay, yang kedua, by enforcing work culture, company or organization able to, number one, change the way the staff work. Macam mana kita nak mengubah cara seseorang staff tu untuk bekerja. Rather than you submit in terms of the hard copy version, maybe you can change into the soft copy version and then change their attitude and mindset, rather than you have to very complicated in the way of how to make this job done. Maybe you can find the solution on how to make the things done easier. Okay, and improve their skills, especially in technology skills. Okay, you try to learn, improve the method they use to carry out their work. Okay, method yang sebelum ni mungkin dah terlalu rigid, dah terlalu overly used, and then kita rasa macam benda tu dah lame. Okay, why not we change into the good one, ataupun yang lebih baik lah. Okay, and then example of organizational innovation, a CEO who accept the challenge to be innovative and encourage risk-taking, okay, and a spur to innovation and rewards good ideas, okay, as well as successful completion of project and the result of innovation. Okay, sepatutnya seorang CEO tu mengambil cabaran untuk jadi satu company yang lebih inovatif dan mengambil kira risiko. An organization where everyone understand that many benefits of innovation. Bila satu organisasi sudah mengetahui pokok pangkalnya kebaikan dalam satu inovasi itu, maka kayaknya, okay, all the production innovative work can be recognized, okay, and then they can have better ways of doing things. Okay, itulah ada dua maksud kan, berbeza, doing things right and doing the right things. Konsep efficient dengan effective, and they notice what's going on around them and they find opportunities or way for improvement. So kalau dalam Islam kita panggil ini sebagai proses improvement, ataupun kita kata econ. Econ ni maksudnya benchmark, how you want to make the work become better and better, and then of course it could be improvised. Alright, so kok ada lagi ya. Alright, okay. Sources of the innovation, okay, within the company or industry kita ada 4, okay, unexpected occurrence. For example, we have penicillin, Viagra, and then incongruities, we have Federal Express, process needs, for example, enzyme for cataract operation, sugar-free products. Apa nama sugar-free products tu? Sugar-free products? Hmm. Yeah, for example, sugar-free. Contoh macam air kotak, okay, no sugar. Is it have? Yeah, yeah, less sugar, but sugar-free is very difficult to find, right? Okay, and industry and yeah, I do have, I think like milk, baby milk, sugar-free products. Depend lah, but mostly baby like sugar. Industry and market changes, advances in technology and healthcare industry. So yeah, we do have many things right now. Pharmaceuticals doing their advances in healthcare. Instead have to have paracetamol, we have for headache, we have for the stomach, we have uh muscles. Okay, we have a lot of the innovation in product. And within the social environment, this is about pastel, demographic changes, changes in consumer preferences. Mostly the customer right now, they are converting their preferences there, rather than to eat dining at home. They go to the fast food, okay, and then perceptual changes. They feel like fitness craze, okay. And new knowledge about video industry, robotic, AI, artificial intelligence. So this is about the social environment right now. And the last but not least, because I keep saying that kok ada lagi, right? So this is the last slide, okay, 36 slide, okay. The common characteristic of the creative entrepreneurs. Okay, number one, we are very sensitive to the problem. I told you before, women, we are the warehouse for the emotions, but at the same time we have very sensitive to the problems. Kita kena jadi seorang yang sensitif terhadap masalah. Okay, if not, we are no way. Feel like you are not robots, right? We are human beings, and we have to be broad perspective. We are not just make ourselves like frog under the leaf. We have to be broadening our mind and also, yeah, thinking, and very flexible and adaptable, easy to adapt with the current changes, and original thinker and stick to the own opinion. They are very risk taker, motivated and dedicated, and they are very curious. Okay, the last I think like point, curiosity. Kena jadi seorang yang sentiasa ingin ambil tahu, not to be like busybody, but to be like curiosity in what is the happening right now, what is the update latest trending right now in the business. Okay, and of course, last but not least, to be a very right risk taker, because as entrepreneurs, if you don't have this kind of passionate to take the risk, I think that better you give up, because we're talking about risk is everywhere. You wake up in the morning, also the risk. Why? You do not know what will happen after this, next and next. Who's next? Oh, okay, final destination, right? So yeah, risk is everywhere. But we keep doa, praying to Allah, please protect us. Okay, biiznillah, tawakal to Allah every day. Okay, so Allah will protect us. Okay, I think that I'm done for now. Our additional notes, topic 1. Bear in mind, again, I gentle reminder, this Saturday, 11:30 a.m. Until 1 o'clock, we will having our quiz 1 in Neo. Make sure you, the format is, we have multiple choices question, multiple choice questions, and then we do have fill in the blank. Fill in the blank, you have to type the answer, okay, and make sure you read both topic 1, okay, before, and topic 1 additional here, because the question is wow. Okay, you have to do it. Okay, inshallah we will meet again in the next lecture. Thank you for now, and thank you for listening to my lecture. Thank you for joining me in Zoom, and I hope that everybody will take care of yourself. Don't forget to subscribe Noorsyalina Nordin channel in YouTube. And I disabled the comment. I'm so sorry, because I have a lot of can I say fanatic fans doing the something like no got good comments there. So I have to revoke that one. I have to revoke those comments, and any questions, please shoot in our group, official group WhatsApp, and make sure yeah, hashtag social distancing, hashtag um, use your sanitize your hand, wash, hashtag washing your hand twice, singing the song, okay, birthday song, and please take care of yourself. Okay, assalamualaikum, please take care, and bye for now.